This is going to be somewhat of a futuristic talk, and it's been a while since I made a talk, but I was just kind of thinking about it. I haven't made a video in a while. Hi Celeste. The uh, the potential for life in the universe is extremely high. In fact, I think it's 100%. Uh, and I typed into Chat GPT, what is the most popular concept when it comes to exoplanets and stars and astronomy, and that's Hycean worlds. It's spelled Hycean, which is a portmanteau, I think that's how you pronounce it, of hydrogen and ocean. You have Hy for the hydrogen and Can taken from ocean. It's a world that has a large water ocean and a very, very thick hydrogen, helium, and water vapor atmosphere, which in Southern Metamorphosis is actually predicted to exist. I had called them ocean worlds straight up on the diagram here, and I'll read out some stuff for you guys. Right there. After Neptune, it's Hycean worlds or ocean worlds, and then you have Earths, and then the Earths eventually dissipate their atmosphere in the oceans, and they become cold, dead worlds that are dry and basically have no life. But right here is a very magical area where all the life on it is aquatic, and the futuristic part in this talk is, I know a lot of people may disagree with this, but the ETs that travel around the galaxy and explore, a lot of their craft are designed to withstand very toxic environments, including salt water, hydrogen and methane atmospheres, very high pressures as well. And the Hycean / ocean world / pre-Earths are excellent waypoints, if you will, for interstellar travel. So basically, they're safe worlds where there's not any kind of alpha species on that world, and they can hide out in the oceans and just chill and then keep on going. So if there's any astronomers out there that want to look for life or any type of radio signals, if you will, it's definitely a potential to look at these worlds and find out what's going on them. I guarantee you there's activity in them, but they're just so far away. I don't think that's possible. I know the ETs hang out in our oceans. I know there's quite a few different species that are hanging out in the oceans right now, but I guess you're not allowed to talk about that yet, or it's still taboo. But anyways, I wanted to correct some things with the Wikipedia page concerning Hycean worlds. They call them planets. They are regarded to be covered in oceans and seas. That's correct. They have hydrogen-rich atmospheres. The atmospheres on Hycean worlds are thought to be made of hydrogen, helium, and water vapor. I just said that. They don't actually talk about how they form. The astronomers are just sort of clueless. Like, they exist. They're hypothetical. Oh, we might have found them. And then there's no part in the Wikipedia page that actually explains why these things are the way they are. Why they have water, why they have thick hydrogen atmospheres. Well, the hydrogen and water were leftovers from earlier stages of stellar evolution. Well, my listeners already know this. And they are pre-Earths, which means they will evolve and eventually lose their thick hydrogen, helium, and water vapor atmospheres and become like Earth. Which means also the Earth was one of these in its past as well, a couple billion years ago. Dark Hycean planets thought to be common around red dwarf stars, and it says, here's the false part. Red dwarf stars are the most common type of star in the Milky Way galaxy. That's false. Red dwarfs are the most common luminous stars in the galaxy. Once red dwarfs evolve even further, they become brown dwarfs, which shine strongly in the thermal or infrared, however you want to say it, which means they're basically invisible to the visible spectrum of telescopes. And then from brown dwarfs, you go to gray dwarfs, and then you go to, Neptunes, and then Hycean worlds. So the Hycean worlds, if anything, far outnumber red dwarfs by at least 2 or 3 magnitudes. It says here, they are considered to be a promising place to search for life beyond Earth. I said that earlier. Hycean planets have the ingredients that are necessary for life, including liquid water, energy, and organic molecules. Well, in the general theory, the stellar evolution process itself and all the energy that a star has to evolve are what create life from scratch to begin with. So they're not all that off when it comes to that. Their atmospheres may have less methane and ammonia than comparable non-Hycean Neptune-like planets if they have water oceans. Yeah, the methane and ammonia sort of dissipate away because they're very volatile, and the atmosphere sort of become, how do you say it, non-reducing? Yeah, non-reducing. So the reducing atmospheres sort of give way to non-reducing atmospheres, which means the oxygen will start increasing its levels. And they might have a higher free energy availability for their ecosystems than Earth. Yeah, that's true as well. There's a lot more chemistry happening in their atmospheres than Earth is right now. I mean, on the scale, not the complexity. The complexity, Earth definitely beats it, but the scale is much larger. So it's sort of weeding out all the material that's going to become more and more complex as the star evolves. Anyways, I guess that sort of sums it up. I'm actually confused, closing notes here, I'm actually confused as to how astronomers still, to this day, haven't realized that stars and planets are actually the same things. It's been coming up on 15 years now from my perspective, and I'm still confused. I'm like, how did these people not know this? I don't know how they could be living in such a very, very concreted in bubble. It's almost as if to think for themselves or to think outside of their academic institution or what they've been told is sort of a sin, if you will. It's like it's blasphemy, but it's very strange behavior. It's very strange habits that they have that I've noticed. Anyways, just thought I'd share that. It's pretty wild. You would think that astronomers and academics have open minds, but as it turns out, they have very, very closed minds. In fact, the closest minds. There is no room for free thought or creative thinking or imagination, which is pretty sad. All right, there we go.